Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with the next part of Mamoswine to the top. Today we're going to be being a team by GGOPW. The team looked really interesting and had some sets that I haven't used or haven't used in a while rather, and I definitely want to try it out. Of course, if you guys are enjoying Mamoswine to the top, feel free to participate, use a Mamoswine, hop on the Showdown ladder. That's up to you. But we have AV plus Spadef Protectran with Toxic. Ooh, feels like DBP up in here. With a Grassy Seed, Combine, Stored Power, Necrozma. With PokeaimMD, a really thick Mamoswine right here. FizzDev Toxapex. I have not used FizzDev Toxapex in a long time, but I guess because the team is pretty Hawlucha weak, because it's my best way of dealing with it, needs a boost to even do any damage. It makes sense. Though Greninja could be an issue, but it's not actually OHKOing anything outside of like this and maybe Kartana, which I do have a Scarf Kartana on the squad. So let's go ahead and look for some games, try and get some good ones out here, and try and get some wins. Oh, I love when my first game is stalled. Do I even have a stall matchup? I mean, Necrozma can win, but I gotta get rid of Sableye, which is pretty difficult, I want to say. Because Sableye is the literal mandatory lead, and we're just going to lead Heatran and Fisher some Lava Plume burns. My opponent will probably knock off eventually. Actually thinking about it, seeing as how Heatran's item is actually pretty nice in this, considering it can recover versus Skarmory and whatnot, I'll let Toxapex lose this item. I don't think it matters too much in this case. Plus I can just click Scald, so like if I get a burn on this, this would be great. He does have options with the heal bell and whatnot, but I don't think I ever have to really click recover with this mon anyway. And if he wants to protect stall me a little bit, like my main way of dealing with this is probably going to be trying to get it with a PokeaimMD from Mamoswine. Of course, he does have Skarmory and whatnot. We do see Chansey comes out. Smart. I do get the burn on that one, but not on the Pokemon I really wanted to get the burn on. So he has multiple opportunities to Toxic me with his team. We'll go Mamo right here. Kind of wish I was Icy him as he gets up rocks. Now, this is interesting because I could get up rocks myself if I had it, obviously, but you should always go Skarmory, I feel. Yeah. Be able to get rid of your leftovers. Not even what's it called? Not even Shed Shell install. That's interesting. I guess Magnezone isn't used too. Nah, Magnezone is still around. I'm just gonna do this because I force him to recover. And if, you know, odds are in, not odds are in my favor because he's only defensive, but holy crap, that's amazing. I actually managed to 1v1 the Skarmory. That is incredible. So Bulu switch-ins are really non-existent. I have to see how much Quagsire ends up taking from this hit. Why is my... I'm about to fix this window a little bit because the Z move is like messing me up a little bit. I really want to knock you. I can't believe I just double flinched the Skarm right there. I'm gonna knock you because you should recover anyway. Yeah, so at least you get rid of your leftovers. Nice. So he can Scald me. So here's the thing. I don't want Skarmory recovering on me, so I don't want to go Toxapex. Even though Toxapex can come in right now, that's definitely FizzDev Skarm too. Scald does 20 to 24, and Skarmory's at 23. I mean, with a burn, I will definitely knock it out. I don't want to catch a Scald myself currently. If I do get up rocks, I will be here to stay because that's his defogger. We'll make the Toxapex play on the Scald here because I don't want my Bulu getting burnt. And you could Earthquake me, I suppose. I'll just Scald. I'll go for that roll on Skarmory versus also getting a potential burn on him too. I don't mind Chansey coming out even. Might as well click T-Spike. Would you go Skarm? I don't think you go Skarm. The reason I click T-Spike is because I force in his his Pex, and that allows me to go Mamoswine right here. Whereas if he goes anything else, I could deal with that. So like if he even goes for Toxic right now, I can click Knock Off or something. But yeah, goes for the Size and Toss. Awesome. So I force in Toxapex if he does want to get rid of the Hazard. And Knock Off is a fine play here because... Actually, no, let me just Earthquake. It really doesn't matter if Skarm comes in. I don't have to knock off anything. Earthquake does damage. So I guess he realized with the T-Spike up, it was going to be tough for him to switch into it. I don't know. Because at that point, like, maybe he thinks I was banded. Obviously, Skarmory, losing Skarmory was big. If I knocked off Chansey, then he wasn't taking a hit. But the goal was get rid of Sableye. And that's why I set up a T-Spike, even though he obviously has a Toxapex. Because in this situation, because he stayed in right there and didn't go hard Toxapex, which I think was his best play, I get a potentially a kill. Because T-Spike is up and Quagsire doesn't have leftovers. He doesn't know I'm grounding him, but I am. So, okay, cool. I don't know why I'm there. But just happy we won that game, and it was relatively fast too. Obviously, I got really lucky, but I just take the Gator approach on that too, especially when you're on the defensive. You guys probably know when you ever try to go for Roost with Zapdos and maybe you got frozen or flinched. Typically, when you're on the defensive end of things, you're more prone to hacks because you're not attacking. So you're using a turn to heal yourself, whereas, and which this team actually has a lot of anyway. So it'll probably come back to bite me as we keep playing. But GroundMZ Mamoswine is interesting. And I kind of really like Mamo in this one, especially GroundMZ, because I don't care about the Bulu, or my own Bulu as well. So T-Sex are really nice. His own Bulu is a problem. How do we win this game? Let's think about this real quick. So either Mega Lottie or Mega T-Tar. If it's Banded T-Tar, it's a little bit annoying. I need to get rid of Tyranitar so Necrozma can do anything, because that has a lot of potential to win the game on its own right. I think that I really like Mamoswine as a lead. It only matches up poorly versus one Pokemon. He actually ends up leading off with Latios. So if this is Mega Latios, I'll live a Draco. I'll live a Draco because I'm max HP. Right? I'm pretty sure. COE offensive. 75 to 80. And Mega Latios's Draco does how much? They really don't have this set. This mon is perfect. That's not perfect, but it's a really good Pokemon. 87 to 103. I think Bulu's my best bet. Covers the Keldeo switch as well as the Draco / Surf that he could go for. So this is cool right now. I'm actually gonna make the Heatran play because I think that Zapdos is probably your best all-around switch. Also scouts for a random HP poison from my opponent. Though I could see my opponent going out to Heatran as well. But I think that Zapdos is a little bit safer, especially because it's less likely that I have Stone Edge and more likely that I have Sewer Power. With Grass Terrain up, I don't have to worry about Mega Latios either. The Earthquake, since it is going to be halved. And I can get up my rocks and pressure him. So it goes Bulu. Now this is interesting because I will take one Sewer Power because I'm max HP. I think that rocks up are just so important. Especially because I need to wear down that... Jesus, why'd that Keldeo switch so fast? I want to click Toxic here because I have Toxapex as an easy, immediate switch in. So I feel like Zapdos or Latios could come out. And I'm going to make... this is a really aggressive play for no reason, but nothing that Keldeo goes for unless it's Specs will knock me out. It has to be Specs Secret Sword. And... oh, that is so fire. That's definitely Banded T-Tar too. You wouldn't bring that thing in right there unless you were banded. So landing the Toxic on T-Tar is amazing. Let's protect to see if you are banded. Oh, for sure. So getting off this Toxic on Tyranitar is so good because you guys know my Necrozma has no way of hitting him. But now with that thing being on a timer, there's potential. We'll make the cart play. Really obvious, but I think it was still my best bet. And your best switching is easily Zapdos, so I'm actually going to double out to Mamoswine. If my opponent predicts that, good play. But either way, you're still taking more poison damage if you do opt to predict that. Otherwise, you go Zapdos right here, and I'm about to do some damage to you. And we're just playing a little bit aggressively now. I don't even have to predict Keldeo because I have Toxapex. And I'm not go ahead and defog on me, bro. I don't care. Let me get rid of your Zapdos. I don't want you discharging. He is pressure though, so it's not static. So that means that Kartana is a little bit more free to click buttons. In fact, Kartana can actually win this in the late game. And that's definitely Mega Latios now. Like, I'm sure that's Mega Latios, unless you're running no Mega, which could be the case. So again, the reason I played the way I did is because I have a 100% switch into Keldeo, it was less likely that my opponent would go for anything. Yo, these guys, they can't handle it. I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, in that situation, I don't think he had a win. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I really don't think I would have thrown away that win. Like, if I clicked Earthquake here, for example, Keldeo could, I obviously click Ice would crash, but if I click Earthquake, Keldeo would go down. If I click Ground Z, Keldeo would easily go down. So, that's cool. I'm glad that our plays are winning us these games. We got another one. Ooh, I swear I've used a team from Mudskip before. Really similar squads. Gren is the dark type. Yes, Gren is a dark type. She's pretty weak to Kartana. Hey, man. Mamo matches up well versus this, and this. I honestly might just click AmbipomTTT versus Gren too. Really Mamo. I'm really worried about these two. These two in particular, like Gren, I can deal with because I have T-Spike, or at least I have Toxic. But Kartana kind of just like can leave. If it's SD, it kind of wins. I have to keep my own Kartana healthy. Leads Gren. Smart man. Now this is the part where I decide, okay, I have a Toxapex. He knows I have a Toxapex. Do I stay in here and just click Ice or Crash, expecting him to predict my... I think I want to. Yo, land. Hey! Okay, so Earthquake is free in this game. And this is the pro of having a Pex on your team, man. I bet you he's gonna spike too. This is one of like the pros of having a Toxapex on your team, man. Like they force, it's like running with Dougie. Ooh, well played, but now I get to click Scald. Don't be SD. Oh, so this is a problem. Bloom Doom is the only thing that knocks me out. I need Pex alive? Question mark? I mean, not really. I could have Haze there, but if I get the burn, it's good either way, yeah. So if I get that burn, I pretty much eat the next hit anyway, because, yo, FizzDev Toxapex actually doing something here. Leafly has to crit me right now, which it does not. So we actually end up beating the Cart 1v1. Obviously, I got ridiculously lucky right there getting the burn. Is that just Bloom Doom, or it is Bloom Doom? Okay, so I think my opponent should have went for that first, honestly, before... I think my opponent honestly should have done that before. Granted, Leaflet, like, because you risk haze, you risked getting burnt, with obviously happened. But Cart being weakened is nice. Bulu, well, my own Kartana is my best play. And even though Toxapex is coming in, and that T-Spike is going to be so annoying. I wonder if you go your own Toxapex, because, like, definitely should have clicked Haze, I think. And then I could have just went hard heat ran. But I didn't know if I was all up pummeling or Bloom Doom. Who's emailing me? Just click Sacred Sword. Awesome. So, gives me Kartana. Sweet. I mean, it was +3 and it was burnt though. But I'm thinking it's Specs Gren now because he didn't double at all. His Bulu switchings are literally non-existent. And if I get in Mamoswine, I get to click Earthquake. Brings out Toxapex. We'll go Necrozma right here. As he goes for Scald. No big deal. Gives me rocks. Goes hard Gren. So this is an interesting turn because, again, your Specs attack won't be able to knock me out. And I need to Toxic you. Yeah, I'm Toxicing. For sure. I could see you spiking as well. Yeah, predicting my Bulu. So Gren is on a timer, which means we actually have a lot of potential right here. And that's definitely Specs Gren. That's the only one that runs spikes. Because we already saw Z move on Kartana, so there's no way this is watered him. So here it comes out. I can go right out to Mamoswine, which is why I made this double right now. This must be Gator playing. Oh, come on, bro. Give me some credit. Give me some credit, bro. Come on, man. Gator? Who? I just clicked Leaf Blade through his team with Scarf Kartana, so we're good. Yep, go Bulu. Take the hit. Nice yummy surf. Tell me it's Gator playing. It's me. I play Yo, okay, I was born aggressive. First off, they cut me out of my mom. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't have to hear that. I don't have Nature's Madness on this set. I just realized that. I don't. Not the biggest fan of No Nature's Madness. I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, I guess we're weakening Bulu anyway. He's gonna Nature's Madness himself. I just spam Hornleys. I mean, that's fine. I want to weaken this Bulu again because, like, Leaf Blade is so free for me, especially because of his own grassy terrain. Yeah, you can do that, buddy. Doesn't matter. I'm not prone to losing to Gren just because it's already toxic. And, again, getting any damage off on the Bulu is so good for my Necrozma, which you can set up on it. The hell? Is this a speed tie this entire time? Are we running the same amount of speed? Interesting. So what are you, a toxic variant? Are you? Doesn't burn me immediately. Calm Mind up as he goes Gren. So the other thing is that this guy's going to be able to click the... he'll be able to click Dark Pulse here, but that's okay because I can go Heatran. And basically I didn't want to go Bulu there because I don't want him to get the Grassy Terrain recovery, right? Like, I want Greninja to take as much damage as possible. And if I get a burn on Pex, cool. I want Gren to take as much damage as possible. Very, very, very solid play on my opponent's part for sure. But it's the same thing. Like, he doesn't know. I don't think I've shown Protect yet. So once you take the extra turn of Poison, it doesn't matter. Yep. You get rid of Gren. And then that is a Necrozma win. So I just sack Heatran here. Because you go down. Gren goes down as well, gets his Battle Bond, but dies the same way. And I just get to go out into my Necrozma. Get my Grassy Seed because you're going to go Bulu. Ooh, get my nice defense raise too. Ooh. Go ahead and Moonlight real quick. Never mind. I am dead. But I have Groundium Z Mamoswine anyway. Plus he has his own Grassy Terrain, which boosts my attack. So I'll get my Beast Boost or I'll 2-hit KO the Toxapex. Either way, this is in Grassy Terrain. It's +1. I think that if he's not the Fizz Def Pex like I was, he's going to go down. Yep. Good game, dude. This wasn't Gator. Like, some teams just make me play a certain way. That's pretty much it. That's really just it. Like, some teams really just make me play a certain way, and I feel like certain Pokemon on my team, if I don't have a terrible matchup and I have some leeway to play around, I will. That's it. That's pretty much it. Plus, it's true though, like with Mamoswine, like, it forces so many switches that you can afford to play a little bit crazy with it. I feel like that's the type of Pokemon like that, and I guess Kyurem Black too. The Kyurem Black doesn't have to do anything, right? Kyurem Black just clicks it's Z, Icium, Sub-Zero Slammer, and literally gets a KO no matter what. Ooh, this is a scary one. So T-Spike are incredible, like absolutely incredible in this game. He does have Defog, which is probably Landers. I'm gonna leave Pex and get up my T-Spike. Yeah, leads Pharaoh, that's fine. So, nice little T-Spike. I prefer 1 over 2. At least in this game, and Heatran can come out. And he, on top of not only missing the Leech Seed, my opponent... Well, on top of that, on top of me getting up rocks here, my opponent misses Leech Seed. So, goes out on the Charizard. Now, this is interesting because... Is a problem. Thankfully, I'm Fizz Def Toxapex, but at the same time, like this has to be Zard. Yeah, I was about to say this has to be X. Let me haze you, buddy. Yep. Dragon Dance, Earthquake. Bulu into... I think I can go Bulu into Heatran and then Toxic him, I'm hoping. Yeah, we go Heatran because we get at the grassy terrain, so that way the Earthquake is weakened and then I Toxic him. I honestly thought you would set up there, bro, but no, that works too. Oh, come on, dude. First Toxic miss of the day. Luckily, we do land the next one, but it might be a little bit too late. Might be just a little bit too late. And this dude had 2 dark types too, but they're already on that timer. I mean, granted, he did miss the Leech Seed earlier, so... I'm risking my Bulu right here, even though I kind of need it, and he might just Flare Blitz immediately. Nice. And I also give him Recovery, but I also need to, at the same time, wear down this this Charizard. So if you double Earthquakes, amazing play. Hey, go ahead and slowly but surely just die to this poison. If you Dragon Dance again, I don't really care. Like, good play, but like at the same time, it's like I'm the one here trying not to lose to the Charizard. At the same time, I'm also weakening my entire team. You about to double Earthquake too. Like, I don't need Heatran. I need Bulu. Oh my god, what the hell? Okay, somehow I got out of that without losing a single Pokemon. I mean, I definitely lost health. That's for sure. But I got out of that without losing a single Pokemon somehow. Lando comes out. You gonna defog? I feel like I go Mamoswine here and just click Ice Shard because I'll live one hit as he knockoffs. So I can Earthquake here. Scarf? Lando? Probably. I can Earthquake here, and then I can go for my Groundium Z versus the Pharaoh, because you should Leech Seed considering I do. One, this might knock you out. 2, you should Leech Seed considering I have the Mon I do in the back. But go here and again. My team is getting low. I got to get in Toxapex to get a regen off. But the great part is he does not appreciate switching into this Mon at all. So gives me Ferrothorn, incredible. Landorus is definitely Scarf. Like, there's no way that Landorus is not Scarf, but look at Smart Strike and look at his team. Don't really need this Mon. I can just sack it. Go Bulu and Horn Leech. Oh, it wasn't Scarf the entire time. Cool, so I appreciate you getting rid of your Intimidator for me. Is it just defensive? Jesus, that took nothing. I gotta be careful about my Magearna, but I'm Woodhammering the Magearna switching because I want to go down. Sucks to kind of use my Groundium there, but yeah, I'm really going for that late game. Oh, this is amazing too that I ended up living. Because my cart is about to have a lot of fun versus you. I think. Do I knock you out? Hold up, I might have messed up. Isn't Kartana faster? It is, right? Yeah, it is. Alright, go ahead and give me that Grassy Terrain Beast boost real quick. 1. And that's game. Because you cannot knock me out. Now with all your priority. Oh, that's 2. I guess it takes some Rocky Helmet, but you know, 2. Get my beast boost. I appreciate that. And that's the game. Three. And last but not least is that Greninja. I have a T-Spike up, so worst comes to one, you have to go for Water Shuriken and get like 5 hits. Worst comes to worst, I can Toxic Saw him. And let's see, 3. Wow, 5 hits didn't even do it for him. It was Life Orb though, so that might have been interesting. But like even if he got the 5 hits there, he still took the poison damage plus Life Orb turn per turn, and I can go Toxapex and like double out and stuff like that. So cool. I ended up winning. Somehow we got out of that without losing one Pokemon to Charizard. I definitely never expected that at all. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I did not expect to not lose a Pokemon to Charizard, but I'm glad. I'm glad it ended up working out, man. I really am. Bulu, he ran really putting the team on his back every single game, man. That first Toxic Miss was incredibly scary. But it ended up working. Like, thankfully. Happy it did. Okay, so there's still potential to lose that game. Ooh, cool team. Of course he has a Zard. A Zard plus Tapu Fini. Oh, no. No Dark type, though. This might actually be Necrozma's game. Mammal gives me the best lead possible versus... I want to say something like Magearna, but... I don't want to stay in. Just Flash Cannons. Get up our rocks. Is that an all-out pummeling? Nice live. Appreciate that. So the bad thing is I'm a little bit weaker to Zard now, and by a little bit I mean a lot. But the good thing is... You're going to defog on me, right? So I can click rocks again first off. Get a little bit of recovery. That Magearna was Z, so not sure why I stayed in on Mamoswine, but I mean it worked out for my opponent. Look how much damage you got on this. Actually, no. I actually should protect it there because I could have wasted another turn and slowly but surely got back a little bit more recovery. But now I can go Bulu. And I will click Stone Edge immediately just in case he wants to make the... what I think would be a poor play of going hard Zard. So I'm going to click Stone Edge. My opponent does go Lando, and unfortunately I miss out right there on it. But, so knowing the damage could have been crucial, but I can get in Toxapex and click a T-Spike as he gets up to Stealth Rock, so we can click T-Spike. With Fizz Def and the fact that I obviously also have the Grassy Terrain, we'll easily be able to eat this hit up, and that T-Spike is going to be really nice for hopefully eating hits from Pokemon like Ditto and whatnot. So Scald right here as he goes Fini. It's literally the same thing. I'll click a T-Spike until I go down. Yep. I'll be clicking this T-Spike until I go down. The fact that Fini is on a timer makes it a little bit interesting, but... Bulu Bow. Back out of Heat Ram. If he Focus Blast immediately, incredible play, but because he didn't, I'll be able to get a little bit of recovery back right now. I don't know if he's actually going to go Focus Blast right now, but yeah, I'm basically just trying to recover off of that first Focus Blast my opponent ended up going for. A la Pummeling, Flash Cannon, Ice Beam. Can you just not touch my Toxapex? Oh, your Volts. So you're like an Assault Vest set without the Assault Vest. That's cool. Zygarde is now in that timer. That's literally the purpose of me setting up the T-Spike was for Zygarde as well as the very, very, very solid double on my opponent's part for sure. Like I said, literally the purpose though of me setting up that T-Spike was for Zygarde and Ditto and Tapu Fini, so I got it all the way I wanted. So I have to go hard into Charizard right now. If it's Zard Y, it's a little bit easier to deal with, but I'm thinking it's Zard X. It's actually so Y. Nice. And I get a little bit of grassy terrain, and we can protect. Okay, so this is possible. This is definitely possible. Do you have Earthquake, bro? Just Focus Blast. And I say just Focus Blast like I don't mean it, but we will live one Focus Blast. And if Toxic does connect, we're going to be able to wear down that Charizard. And unfortunately, my opponent does miss the Focus Blast, and I land a Toxic. Look at my Heat Ran right back at full, and that's game. Yo, Heat Ran for MVP. Heat Ran for MVP this entire live. That game was over. I'm not going to lie. Like, I didn't get to set out Necrozma at all, but the second I did, under my Grassy Seed, I got my boost. Zygarde was toxic. This was already toxic. Even if he copied me with Ditto, it didn't matter. Charizard was on a timer. That Magearna had no setup, and Lando was defensive. Hell yeah. Heat Ran, though, for MVP this entire live. I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. It was a ton of fun. And, yeah, I will catch you guys later. So, goodbye, my friends.